Well, hey there, boys and girls, vape fans and Fury fans alike. Well, colour me tickled pink, or red as the case may be, as the Fury tends to wear. These are a World Root Tab 79 exclusive. I believe, as I am told by the main business vendor, I'm the only person to review these juices thus far. You saw them here first. Red Vape. And with that said, let's cut to the credits and get on with it. See you in a sec. Right, so now we've got the I'm failing so bad at these days. I'm really sorry, vape fans. I really am. Now we've got the intros out of the way. Let's do some pack shots of the actual e-liquids outside of the box. There you go. Very, very pretty. The presentation on these, I gotta say, is 10 out of 10. Now, I sort of heard through grapevine that Cool Breeze were selling red vapes, and I, as I'm looking through my Facebook, my Twitter, and all these other things, I see these things and I'm like, that's kind of cool. And I saw it in passing. However, it isn't until I received two of these little boxes, and there's the other one. There is a minor difference between the two. He says throwing everything about the place. You see, one's got a darker band, the other one has a lighter band. I'll get to those differences in a minute, because that's the one we're trying first, the darker band. When you open a bit of vape mail, you know the standard jiffy bag affair, and you pull out a box like that. Well, I don't know about you, but I tend to stand up and sort of pay attention. Let's have a look at the box itself. Now, my previous review to this one, which would have been Vapor Lights, there's distilled water in the juice, according to Vapor Lights and other shite e-liquids. Now, looking at this, I'm looking, well, I'll tell you, we'll look at the front. We've got the RV, the Red Vape logo, which is a very pretty logo. Red Vape e-liquid, 3 little drop size, 15. It's a 15ml bottle. This is Havana Dark, so I'm presuming a cigar flavour, and it's 18mg. Bit strong for me, but we'll cope. You can always have a laugh at me choking. On the side it says here, as you're looking at it, it's this side I'm looking at, I'm reading from, so my left, your right. Tobacco collection, natural tobacco flavouring derived from the Dominican Criollo tobacco variety grown in the plantations of Cuba. Originally, Criollo had multiple uses in the construction of the Cuban cigar. Somebody knows I am a cigar fan, or was a cigar fan when I smoked. I'll give you fair warning. I was a cigar connoisseur. This has got a lot to live up to. So anyway, let's go to the back of the pack. Ingredients: propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, natural tobacco flavouring, and nicotine is 1.8% or 80mg. Keep locked up and out of reach from sight of children. Toxic if swallowed. Avoid contact with skin and eyes. Seek medical assistance. And Red Vape Limited address. Website www.redvape.com. But I received these through the medium of Cool Breeze. And I'll put a link to both of them, one here and one here, in some form of sequence. And on the my right hand, your left hand side of the packet, it says our ethos. Red Vape blends only the finest quality ingredients. Our e-liquids are made in the UK, combining premium quality with heritage values for a truly unique experience made in the UK. I will be the judge of that, Red Vape. Of course, that's why it's been sent to me for review. Okay, so we have two brand new, unused, completely and utterly virginal cotton wool wicks from my usual brand of soft-drink cotton wool, which requires next to no preparation at all. I am running a 0.3 dual coil sub-ohm setup on my Helios, running on the Qi with my usual 30 amp draw E-Fest purple batteries. There you go, look at that. I'm sorry, but I'm actually really impressed with that little glass. I was noted as saying it looks like it's a pot and nail varnish, jokingly. To me it does seem like a pot and nail varnish. I feel like I want to paint my nails. Ooh, wow, we'll pop the mod down just for a second. Let's do the old ubiquitous sniff test, shall we? This is the Havana Dark. So I'm expecting very, very rich and thick tones here. It's got an almost perfumey smell that you can only really equate to a tobacconist. A lot of smokers probably won't be able to relate to what I said there. If you go into a bespoke tobacconist, there's a certain unique smell where you've got all these super top quality tobaccos. Now, of course, top quality tobacco is a bit of a contradiction in terms, because obviously tobacco is harmful, but you know, in that world there is a level of quality, and when you get to that level of quality, it is a whole new ballgame. I don't want to seem like an advocate for smoking here, but once you get top quality tobaccos, you very rarely go back to shit unless you can't afford it, because top quality tobacco is bloody expensive. And I'll say this smells expensive. I've actually got an e-liquid in that. No, I haven't. This is very, very clear, this e-liquid. So let's just suck some out. Still looks like I haven't got any in there, but I know there is because I've watched you got it. It's got a very pale look to it. I wonder if that'll darken off with time, but we are, because this is an exclusive to Root Tapper 79 and the Fury brand, we are going to do a follow-up to this a week later with RY1, which is probably going to be brilliant or horrible, one of the two. Anyway, so here we go. Strip it on. I'm going to presume with the consistency it's 60-40. No, actually, it might be 50-50. It doesn't actually say on the packet, the ratio. It's soaking up nicely into the wick. I've got to say, I'm quite excited about this. I know I'm either going to be delighted or horrified at this. I have only just sniffed it, but you know, it's just one of those. So we're nicely juiced up. Right, see, it's all nice and glistening and wet. And let's see. So you're chucking out a vapour, alright, isn't it? Here we go. Of course, I'm sub-ohming, so this is going to be full of flavour, and whether good or bad. I'm actually a little bit nervous. I kind of want it to be brilliant, and hopefully it isn't crap. There's something I wasn't expecting. Well, I like the flavour. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a cigar flavour. Whew. Definitely 18 milligram. Whew. I bet it should be done before I set the smoke alarm off. Yes, you heard that right. Smoke alarm. Wow. 18 milligram. For those of you who are wondering why I'm choking on 18 milligram, I've been vaping 6 milligram for about 3 weeks. I'm very used to 6 milligram. 18 milligram is a bit of a throat ripper, so the throat hit is definitely there. That actually has. Remember I said it smelled perfumey. like a tobacconist perfumey. There's a definite hint of rose in that, a very, very definite hint of rose that I can taste, and a very light fruity flavour to it. Very, very light. It's almost indistinguishable. As for a cigar flavour, I would liken it to a Henry Winterman. Now, I don't know if any of you watching this have ever smoked cigars or smoked them to the prevalence that I smoke cigars. Henry Winterman was my go-to. Now, it's not a Cuban, it's not a Havana. Okay, it's actually an English cigar. And the way they wrap the cigar in the leaf, they sort of taper it off at the end, and there's a little sort of suction hole, and there's a very sweet taste on the end of that, where they've used some form of unguent to seal it shut. That is that flavour. It's a rosy, sweet, almost Turkish delight flavour. I've tempted to say it's almost like a Turkish tobacco, but clearly it's not. With regards to actual cigar flavouring, there is, I think at this stage of its development, I don't know how fresh the liquid is, how long it's been steeped for prior to me getting it, but there is a definite element of a sort of almost, well, we've got the Henry Winterman sort of reference there. There's also a Romeo y Julieta sort of prevalence there as well with the tobacco flavouring. Now, as a bespoke cigar smoker in my past, Romeo y Julieta were a favourite. Not my absolute favourite, but they were a favourite. And I think if you want a... Right. This will be an acquired taste. Okay. It's a very rosy, very, very... I'm sure this is the dark. This is the dark, yeah. I was expecting a very thick, cloying, sweet, not sweet, bitter cigar flavour. I know I've been completely blown out of the water with it, because it is not a dark, bitter cigar flavour. It is, however, a very light, very punchy, sort of rose flavour. I think I'm going to enjoy that. I'm very, very pleased with the surprise. It's not at all what I was expecting. Nothing at all what I was expecting, but I'm actually very, very pleased with that. Rose is what I can... I love it. I'm completely and utterly enamoured of that immediately, actually. Great vapour production, it's very thick, and it is just full of flavour when it hits your mouth. Now I do know the name of the person who is responsible for this juice. I'm not going to mention it, because that's another surprise coming on the Root Tapper 79 channel. You'll see that within a week or so. But that's really nice. There's only one other tobacco flavour I can liken this to, and I'm not entirely certain if any of you have tried it or ever will try it, and that's Eid Horvath's Rose Tobacco. This is right. I'll tell you what. Sorry, you're fed up with me whiffling now. Let's cut the crap and cut down to brass tacks. Flavour, wow. Very, very nice. If you're not into flowery, punchy, I I say punchy, I mean punchy as in the drink punch. Sort of flowery, delicate flavours that are definitely there. Now, when I say delicate and definitely, yes, it does sound like a hypocrisy in terms, a dichotomy in terms, as it were, but it is a very definite flavour. It is there, it is that flavour, but it is very delicate at the same time. It's a delicate rose hinted flavour. It stays in the mouth afterwards. It has that almost drying effect a cigar would have, and I feel it's a very bespoke flavour. Now, I'm going to leave it a week. I'm going to do a comeback on this juice and see how it's steeped. I'll leave the top off for a day or two and put it back on, top off, on, off, on, off, on for 7 days. Next Monday I'll do a revisit on this, and then I'll pass it on to RY1 for his follow-up. But immediately the flavour is 10 out of 10. That is an absolutely spanking flavour. It is lush. I am going to decant some off for my own personal use and do, as I said, with steeping, and give the rest as it is in that glass jar to RY1. And I'll do the follow-up. Now, throat hit, it's very strong for me. It's 18 milligram. For me, it's a little too strong. I'd like to try it in a 6 milligram variant, so that I can cope with it a bit better. But I have ways and means and methods and coining techniques where I can cope with that level of nicotine a bit better. Throat hit is definitely there. Consistency I can't really comment on right now because I haven't tried the other juice yet, and that will be a separate video to this one because obviously I've gone on 15 minutes now. Vapor production is very, very, very good. For, I'm gonna guess it's 60-40. It's quite runny, but when I'm sort of removing the excess on the lip of the bottle, it feels like there's a fair amount of VG in it as well. So I'm wondering if the flavour is carried in VG. Otherwise, a fantastic juice. Overall, I'm going to score it quite highly because I really, really, really enjoyed that flavour on that juice. It is a very, I'm fairly certain I'm going to vape it on and off now for the rest of the evening. I'm going to give it sod it, forget. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. Wicked stuff. Red Vape Havana Dark is absolutely stunning. I've enjoyed that a lot, actually. Oh, I'm getting cigar tobacco flavour come through now. It's in there. It's down low in the mix. It's down low in the tones, but there's a little slight bitter smoke flavour, cigar tobacco smoke flavour, just down in the mix. It's low down. But it's there. Ooh, can't wait to try the, is it light or gold, or can't remember. Gold. Can't wait to try that one now actually. But I'm going to enjoy that one I think for a little bit longer actually. So yeah, sod it, 9 out of 10. There you go, Red Vape, highly recommended. Comes officially now with the Fury seal of approval. It is Fury approved. So obviously all relevant links in the description below. And of course all the relevant links to all my social media, Facebook, Twitter and the like, are also in the description below. If you're not already a member or following me on any of those, please do click, join, follow, like and all that business. Do like, comment and share, and of course subscribe for more of this inane whiffle. And of course that's what you keep coming back for, the whiffle. On that note, I'm seeing a big red flashy sign saying, that doesn't say recording, it says battery about to die. I've been Fury 79. That has been the Red Vape Havana Dark review. It's lush, you've been gorgeous, peace.